Hello, chat.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, chat.
Hi.
Hey.
Hope you all are having a good morning. You might notice that Cove isn't with us today. Unfortunately, something came up, but Ponto will be probably tagging along and in Barney's bag for the day.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Also, this goat is very well done.
It is.
I do love the goat.
I put him in Discord so he can be preserved for posterity.
Immortalized
Wonderful.
forever.
And yes, it's been a couple of weeks since Varaxes last played. Vacation and moving and a lot of things going on, but we're back.
Yeah.
Life stuff.
Life indeed.
Lots of stuff happened.
But if everyone is good and ready, we can hop on in.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, same as usual, you all see Bone Snap by the fire. His tome. Always a lot of fun getting new visitors. It should be a good time. Let's delve in, shall we? Last time, the party settled down for the evening, taking rest in the guest rooms of Bonnie's home. During the night, Candles noticed someone walking around outside in the snow, which seemed suspicious. Gunther had a dream in which he spoke to the demigod of punishment, Zuzgol, who deemed Gunther his champion and gifted him a magical brace. He asked that Gunther would aid in taking down the Umbral Usurper's cult. He also warned that many seek to take the fragment of Gond, including the Godslayers. The next morning, the group set off from Bonnie's home and continued their journey to Shamhide. And along the way, the group ran into a man who was stalking around the house the night prior. He asked the group for the fragment of Gond, and when they refused to hand it over, he summoned a necrophage manticore to attack the party, which they were able to slay after an arduous battle. Following the battle, the group was approached by a lizardfolk man named Ivar, who they found out was my husband. He gave the group a special potion which would awaken latent magic within each of them as prismatic souls, and Ivar and the party agreed that it might be easier if they could get to Shamhide quickly. Using Ivar's magic, he teleported the group there, now ready for their meeting with me. That's where we pick up. I can't wait to see what they get up to this time.
It's extremely troubling that the last session ended with at least 8 people not loving Raymond, so hopefully that will be rectified soon.
Yes, that is indeed where we pick up. You all have just journeyed to Shamhide alongside Ivar. Let's see here. So, you all have just finished teleporting in. Maybe a bit jarring to some of you who aren't used to teleporting around.
Do we have to make con checks to see how we handle it?
You know what? Go for it. Make me a con check.
All right. Oh no.
15.
Okay, Talos, you handle yours fine.
Where can I find an online dice roller that isn't D&D Beyond?
You can use
I have not-
Owlbear. In the top left, you should see a box
yeah.
with a smaller box inside of it, and you
Yes.
click it. It says "Show Dice Tray." You can roll from there.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, I haven't unpacked my dice on my tray yet.
All
Ben,
good.
I'm not gonna roll without a tray. It's dark. The power's out. I'm gonna lose the dice. Oh,
You can always
that was
do
a
what I used to
20
do.
for like.
I used to
a
roll
split
on a
second.
towel. I'd lay a towel on my desk and roll on that.
Nice. So
Um,
that's an 18.
All right. 18. Candle, you handle it well as well. What did Palm get?
Is the save is the?
Just a con check.
Oh yeah, it says there we go. Okay, underneath the score. Okay, +4. So that would be a 12. She doesn't feel good.
Yeah, you feel a bit, it's a bit jarring. It's kind of like that feeling you get when you go down a long fall, kind of like as if you were riding a roller coaster when your stomach drops. That kind of feeling as your body is catching up with teleporting.
Ugh.
Barney got a 7.
Oh no.
Barney, you also feel very dizzy. Yes, I'd definitely say it's a bit of vertigo. Ivar, he looks back. Oh, is everyone all right? I Forget that not everyone's used to traveling that quickly.
I'll be fine in a second.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, this should help. And he'll cast Lesser Restoration on all of you.
Yeah, Barney was just holding a finger up, like saying like one movement. It's not saying a word.
Hmm.
Isn't that like the worst feeling? One of the worst feelings in the world is that when you're feeling so nauseated that you can't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally the worst. There are worse things, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know it's bad when my teeth start chattering.
Oh, let's not even think about it too much.
Yeah.
But yes, here we are. This is Shamhide. We live down this way. And he begins to lead you all towards the more west side of city, and down a long alleyway. Now, I know our house is a bit out of the way. It's kind of been that way for a while. But, we don't get a lot of visitors, at least. Which I suppose is both good and bad.
It seems like a cozy location.
It's our little nook.
Yeah, we go from freezing cold to moderate temperature. I like it.
Yes, it is quite cold there. I suppose that's why
Yeah,
they
I
named
don't-
the city cold, though.
Yeah, I don't quite mind it.
Fine, it's fine. I just wasn't prepared or dressed for it. So it's like bare legs and arms,
Yeah, fair enough.
sandals.
Yeah, I suppose. You kind of get used to it, though, I suppose. Really don't wear too much more than what I have on myself.
Right,
Seems rather impressive.
Hey, have you ever wondered why we have pets with fur that don't wear clothes, but we have fur but we wear clothes? How weird is that, huh?
Well, the humans don't like it.
This is true. I have noticed that they are not fans of ye old birthday fursuit.
Besides, they are more protective.
But yes, come on in. And he'll lead you all up to the door.
Oh, right. Ernest, you said you had business elsewhere, yeah?
Yes, I was here to see a woman named Dotleaf.
Or-
Tell you what, I can contact you through that orb of yours, yes?
Yes, the list is growing.
So, I think what might be best is I go meet up with her and, the situation regarding the book. Once I find out more, I'll let you all know.
Thanks.
Sure. And at some point, see if you can get that curse taken off that earring.
Yes, I'll definitely look into that as well. But until then, safe travels, and thank you again for, saving my life.
Well,
course.
don't mention it.
I'm glad we were able to assist.
Yeah, be safe.
Yeah, try not to undo what we did, please.
Yes, I don't think I'll be getting impaled again, if I'm lucky, I suppose.
Yes,
I'll
true.
try-
Yes.
Definitely try
it
not
does-
to.
If it does happen, you have a second ear we can pierce.
This is true.
Suppose that's true. All right, but yes, I'll be off. And he waves and he heads out.
Should we tell him to stay away from spearfishing for a while, or he'll be
I
fine,
never-
right? He'll be fine.
I never got that to. He never read as the type who would, but
True.
I mean,
you should.
you should probably stay away from a lot of sharp objects.
Yeah, no weapon shops.
I can I can think of many things for him to stay away from. But, we'd be here all day if we stood listing them, so...
Ivar will open the door to this back alley house. You can see that also there are quite a few plants kind of out here sitting in the window and kind of hanging about. And looking inside, this house is very cottagecore. Lots of plants, lots of... It is very rustic looking. And as he leads you inside, you can see that off to the right is kind of a living room situation. A couple of couches, a nice round table, and a lot of interesting smells. Like, not necessarily bad smells, but make me a nature check.
Anyone?
Yeah, anyone who would like to, make me a nature check.
18.
It's going to come to a 12.
I got an 18 as well.
Nice.
I think I accidentally rerolled, but it was a 7 for me, so she's just sniffing and enjoying the smells and not discerning anything, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine that's the case for both you and Candle at the moment.
Yeah, Candles is probably focused on studying the plants that are growing outside.
Yeah, there are quite a few. But with those 18s, you're catching a lot of different, what you recognize as a lot of drugs. Specifically, you're catching the smell of canis root, which is essentially a very popular pipe drug. It's similar to tobacco, but a lot healthier.
Well, this, I'm not sure if this is, if we've entered Shamhide's narcotics industry, but there's a lot of interesting smells over here.
It smells like home, and I'm not quite sure why.
And from down the hall, you hear someone call out, Iva, that you? Yes, love, we're in here. Making their way down the hall, you see Snap. And once he steps into the room, he kind of looks you all over. Yeah, interesting. So you're the lot I was told was coming, yes?
Yeah, that will be us.
You seem familiar. Do I know you? Do we know you? You seem so familiar.
I mean, a lot of people know me, to be honest.
Fair.
Well, make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Get you anything? Tea? Drugs?
You mean in that order?
Either or. Sometimes combine the two if you're feeling, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind seeing what you have.
Well, I've got quite a few things. Ever had void dust?
Her eyes are gonna really just really widen. I have not.
Anyone who would like to can make me a nature check on void dust.
Boom, that's much better. It's gonna be a 23.
So you have definitely heard of void dust. It is a very powerful inhalant drug. It's usually taken in small quantities. People who take it usually experience, it varies from person to person, but usually you get very intense hallucinations. And it's been known that if you have a bad trip, it usually involves a series of nightmares that you experience while you're awake.
Is it like a pure substance, or is it something that's like combined from other ingredients?
It is a pure substance.
Okay.
Well, I'll leave this here. I don't recommend having a lot of it, but it's here. And he sets out a small bowl of it on the table.
Thank you.
He'll take a seat next to Ivar. Two of them sit down on one of the couches.
Palmer's gonna whisper to Candles. Candles, what is that? What is that stuff?
It's void dust. It causes hallucinations when ingested.
Good ones?
Not always.
I do not think I shall partake in this dust.
Yeah, Father always said the body should be treated as a temple.
You could do drugs in a temple.
Yeah,
Wait, people do drugs in a temple?
I mean, that temple's pretty fun. I like to think.
In fairness, I've not been in a temple since I was 13.
Personally, though, I just want to study the composition.
Oh, feel free. Also stepping into the room, you all see a larger minotaur fellow. And he enters and kind of looks around. Oh, Jason, could you get, I guess, some sun milk? Yes, I can do that. Thanks, bud. You'll like it. It's really good.
Is it also type of, hallucinogen?
No, it's not a drug. Well, it's not a drug like those are drugs.
I love how he's like, actually.
No, well,
It's a different
Kombucha
kind of
lady.
drug. It's very tasty. But,
Tasty,
well,
you say?
yes, very citrusy.
Intriguing.
All right. I do not have much knowledge or experience in these things.
When you do what I do, you end up with a lot of that.
and what exactly is your profession?
Well, Watch of the Weave. I sometimes deal in drugs. I'm a priest. I do a lot, actually.
That is
Those
an
do seem
impressive.
quite varied.
Yeah, that is. I was gonna say that's quite an impressive CV.
Also, yes, you could say I'm also very much a part-time hero. There's not here or there. But you all came here for a reason, I'm sure. And I was told briefly by Winston, who contacted me. But what brings you?
Well, we had a run-in with a Orzarius Black
Yeah.
who is looking for his phylactery.
Oh, him. It's a problem. I remember when he disintegrated that poor guy. That was really unfortunate.
Well, then I'm personally glad we didn't end up coming to blows with this fella.
Oh, the guy who got disintegrated, he's fine now. He got better. But
How?
You got better from being disintegrated?
This is leaning in. How?
Okay, so let's just say sometimes you can make a deal or two with the gods to let you come back to life.
He's actually just a dust golem now.
Alice pulls out Gond. Is that true? Can you make deals with gods to come back to life?
Oh my god, my dog is going crazy upstairs. And you ask Gond. Gond kind of blinks for a moment.
I have seen it done before.
Huh. Neat.
Yeah, it's a process. Usually involves passing a trial.
Sounds fun.
I had to bring someone back to life once. One of my best friends now.
Was it the man who was disintegrated?
No, didn't know that one too well, but they did help with the old Onyx Embassy situation all that time ago, so
Ah.
yeah. Kinku fella named Ladidi.
Okay, that's what Dwarf just posted in the chat. I'm extremely curious about how you would rule on that.
Please tell us.
Well, let me see what you posted. For this. Interesting.
Life hack.
I don't see why not. I imagine that'd be a process, but I don't see why not.
Well, when Jerry got when Jerry got disintegrated, they rolled up his ashes into some joints.
Like the most powerful
Yeah.
soul destroying joints in existence.
It's basically if you're not Jerry and you smoke, then you smoke them, like bad things happen.
Oh no.
Yeah, not even disintegration can stop the potency.
Yeah.
If you really want to be trolly about it, you can say that the process to press the diamond costs 1,000 gold pieces.
But yes, so you all you had to run in with Osiris. Anything happen? Anything in particular?
Well.
he came out of a rat folk.
Well, see, what happened was we had a run-in with the Black Quills. There was after a family, and we defended the family against them, and seems like whatever forms they had sort of consolidated into a Dacian man who claims to be a reincarnation of Osiris Black.
Did he have a ruby eye?
He did
He-
indeed.
Yes.
He did
Yeah,
indeed,
that's
and my fellow who's asleep in my pack at the moment tried to steal it. Didn't work out.
Yeah, pretty bold.
I get the impression that we're very grateful that he did not succeed.
Well, it
And
would have meant that he would lose an eye.
That is.
Well, that was
Interesting.
after he offered a trade to pluck out his eye for the ruby.
That ruby is probably very old. Like extremely old. Older than me. I'm pretty old.
Well, that's age in a world where dragons and elves live, you know.
Yeah, I suppose. And it's at this point that the Minotaur fellow, he comes back, and he's holding a tray with several cups on it, and he just kind of sets it down on the table. I have brought sun milk. Enjoy. Yeah, thank you, Jason.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Moses is just going to pinch her nose even more and try to drink the citrus.
Oh yeah. Citrus isn't great for cats.
Yeah.
Do I see any catnip growing in here?
Make me an investigation check.
All right. How do you get the dice off the tray? Oh, you hit the X. Never mind. Just answer my own question. That is a 10 on the dice. What am I doing? Investigation.
Yep.
So 11.
Looking around, you don't seem to see any, but you feel like it is very possible that there's some in here, as there's a lot of plants. There's a lot growing
Maybe
in
she
here.
should just ask, since it is kind of relevant to the situation.
Oh, you
Say,
catnip, was
do
it?
you yes, you've anticipated my words.
Do we still have any of that? I don't know. I could check the back. I don't think we have any up here.
I think St. John's wort might also do in a pinch, if that's the right herb I'm thinking of. Let me just consult Fantasy Google. I am Googling on the orb.
The old
Fantasy Google is just using the orb to contact blanking.
the server.
However, we'll get up and go check the back of the house, and luckily for you, he does come back after a moment with some. Here you are. We had a bit left.
Oh, thank you.
Our son's pet liked it a lot, so.
Thank you. Wait.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Can I offer you anything in exchange for this?
No, it's no trouble.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Anyone
Indeed.
who does partake of the sun milk, you receive the benefits of a long rest.
Ooh, nice.
And it is actually perhaps the best thing you've ever tasted. It is very, very good. It is this nice, sweet, citrusy taste.
Talos takes a sip and just like is in shock. It's like, this is better than olives.
That's
Now
high
that's
praise.
high praise.
Yeah.
I think he
By
just
the
sits
way-
it down and just looks at the ceiling for a minute.
Having a moment. By the way, Fantasy Google, or Gorble as we seem to have decided, it's valerian root that also drives cats nuts. And if you've ever smelt it, it smells like the inside of a dog's ears. It's so stinky, but it
Yeah,
also
that's bad.
cats love it as well. It's like a brown stinky powder.
Interesting.
Well,
yeah, I told you it was good.
I got to have the recipe of this.
I'd love to give it to you, but Jason's the only one that knows how to make it.
Well, I guess maybe I'll go have a chat with him once we, had our talk.
Yeah. But you all are going after Osiris. How can I help, I guess, is my question.
Or understanding is his phylactery is I'm blanking on the term, but it's underground.
Oh, it's down in the fold, is it?
Yeah, it's he's currently being led there by, someone we've saved from the Black Whales. It's basically that, or, Osiris would have, just straight up killed them.
I wonder why he's working with the Black Quills. They weren't associated, at least back then. And again, I thought
think-
the Black Quills were disbanded after the party incident.
It is intriguing, though. Perhaps he's weakened in power in his current state?
Maybe. He said he was
Well,
reincarnated, so it's possible.
he did say that it would be foolish of him to fight us at that moment.
I don't doubt that he's still powerful in whatever carnation he is. He did disintegrate someone very quickly. I mean, I can do that too, but I haven't met many other people that can do it.
Right.
Do you know the location of this phylactery, or how we can get to it quickly?
I know where it was originally. Originally, it resided down south. If you were to go down near Varaxes, originally there was the first entrance to the fold. That's where the original ones were. Or love, I think you might be thinking about the Phantom Black Order. Oh, yes. We've run across so many different organizations. No, his is probably more close to Laphis than the Chasm of the Deep, near the sunken altar.
Did you say Verosa?
Yes. That's where the Vanta Black Order, that's where their phylacteries were. The whole island scandal was happening before the convergence.
Interesting. That's where I'm from.
Oh, and have you heard the stories?
I don't know, DM, have I heard the stories?
How old is Palm?
That's a really good question. I wrote it down and immediately forgot it.
I think it's like 35 or something.
36, I think.
She's not in her 20s anymore, but she's not like middle-aged quite.
Make me a history check.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
it says
32.
Yeah, 32 in character stats.
Yeah, and 30. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. You stop counting after 30 anyway. It's true. History, you said.
Yes.
Well, that's a 3 on the dice, so I don't think it's gonna be much of anything.
It sounds familiar,
History.
but you can't quite place what he means.
Okay. My history is a +4, so 7. I don't know if that gets me anything more.
It sounds familiar, but you're not able to really remember any specifics.
It seems familiar, but I'm not sure I know the full extent of the situation. If you'd care to enlighten us, I'd be grateful.
Yeah, sure. So, Rosa, before the convergence, I'm sure you all know that Rulia was mostly just a series of separated continents before they all joined together. But Verosa was originally thought to be a death trap island. It was originally called Shipwreck Cove, and the beach
That
there
makes a lot of sense.
is
Yeah.
called Kraken's Cradle, as there was a kraken that would often attack ships that sailed near it. But
Now that I think I've heard about.
originally there was a big invisible barrier around the island, and there were some drow underground who were worshipping one of the Sinister Seven at the time. And their whole idea was that entrapping people on this island, whenever anyone on the island bled, it was fed into their blood lake, and it was essentially free essence for them.
Oh my.
Until a group of adventurers came and put a stop to it. Yeah, originally no one could leave Verosa. Once you were shipwrecked there, you couldn't leave. Either the Kraken would kill you, or you wouldn't be able to get through the barrier.
Wow.
Goodness.
In fact, that's why anyone settled on the island in the first place. They couldn't leave, so they had to do something, so that's why Sweet exists.
Interesting place you're from, Pomegranate.
Seems to have a much more storied history than I was aware.
Doesn't Sweet have a big arena too? Yes, in fact, well, he's not the king there anymore, but during that time, the king was also the champion from overseas of a different arena.
All right. Believe I heard about that.
You've heard of Oldorf?
Oh, yes, I'm from Risvaldus.
Ah,
Little town called Akram.
yeah, I recently went over there for the first time a couple of days ago, actually. Me and I've went on a bit of honeymoon after helping some folk.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you stayed indoors during the blood moon.
Oh, the Blood Moon was interesting. We mostly spent our time in Cregan walking around the swamps. But I suppose to answer your query about finding Osiris's phylactery, my suggestion would be to go towards Alaphus and try and head down into the Chasm of the Deep. And heading down there, you should probably happen upon Konar's Rest. In fact, you might be able to get into contact with him, as there's still a bit of his connection there.
Right. There was something else as well.
Sure.
Don't know if you're aware of some sort of god-slaying order or cult that's kind of running amok.
Yep, I've heard of him. That's, the reason Helm died all those 5 years ago. The sky turned red.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah, I do.
Dawn died a couple of days ago.
Well, yeah. Interesting thing that Talos actually has a dagger that's kind of the would cause the reincarnation of Gond. Should we find a suitable host?
Just holds up the Gon's dagger he was talking to earlier. Yep, he's right here.
The eye on the dagger just kind of blinks.
Hello.
Ah, interesting.
How you doing?
That it's good that it's in your hands and not someone else's.
Indeed. Unfortunately, it seems that others are aware of that by now.
Oh yes, I can imagine that, especially the Godslayers, who, as far as I have been told, are wanting to create their own gods. So it seems like this would be right up their alley.
In fact,
So that is their plan, is it?
I don't know too much, but from what I was told, they want to create in their eyes, a perfect pantheon. So they want to get rid of the current one to gain the power to do so. Whole big mess.
yeah. In fact, your husband found us after we dealt with a creature one of them summoned.
Yes, speaking of which, so...
Oh, right, we have a huge hulking body that we carried with us.
Yes, you do still have that.
Just kind of casually dragging it down that alleyway.
Yeah, I remember now. I've already offered to carry it for you.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was gonna ask, but yeah. So the person that summoned it just left?
Seems like he just, kind of teleported out of there.
Yeah, those God Slayers are a big issue. Because if they certainly can attain the power to make their own pantheon, but that's if they survive killing all the gods. Because without some of the gods in place, a lot will go wrong.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, one of our first run-ins with one of those God Slayers, I spared her life, and I don't know if that was the correct decision. She ended up escaping. Like she was a captive, you see.
Well, they are a slippery bunch from what I know. Wish we knew a bit more about them, though. That's something I'm kind of looking into myself.
Yeah, we ran into a fellow by the name of Flynn. So also had information regarding, our whole thing, which I guess what is the next topic of discussion. But him and his friend Claude kept the woman captive, and yeah, she escaped in the night.
Yeah, that's
I
unfortunate.
do think you did the right thing, Barnacles. It may not have worked out in the end, but it is important to find as much information out as we can.
Yeah. Besides, I'm no murderer.
You all seem like a good group. Remind me of the group I employed a couple of years ago.
So, we've heard this before from Maeve.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. I did send them to meet Meave.
Yes, prismatic souls, which your husband provided us a draft to awaken some ability.
Yes. Speaking of which, I hope that took well to you. I know it can take a while for people to get adjusted to it, I suppose.
Well,
Yes, you all do remind me a lot of the group I employed. In fact, say, that brace you have, where'd you get it? He points at you, Gunther.
It was given to me in a dream. I'm trying to, out of character, I'm trying to recall as well, but yeah, it was given to me in a dream.
You happened to speak with Zeuskull, did you?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Yeah, it's also aiding in the whole. You reminding me a lot of the group that I employed. Rex, the someone I employed. He was Zeuskull's champion all those years ago. It would seem that he's found someone new to put some trust in, which is good.
And how successful were your champions?
Very successful, actually. We couldn't have saved Rulia without them, to be honest. They did a lot. In fact, during the astral feast, the whole reason there are stars in the sky. Asked a lot of them, but they did good all the way through. Lovely group.
A good portent, hopefully.
I'm sure you all do great things too. Everyone I've come across, your fate has done something astounding in one way or another.
Well, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. So we got together because of a tapestry. I've been having a series of dreams, and a dragon named Varaxes spoke to me.
Varaxes. That name does sound familiar.
If it helps at all, I think we met his brother, or his son, I believe. Darzathan, I think? Red Dragon.
Oh, him. I remember when he was very angry. Yes, I know Darzathan. We actually saved him a couple of years ago. He was originally, I suppose you could say, hypnotized, but he was taken by the Onyx Embassy in their labyrinth years ago, and we freed them while we were trying to invade it, to free the demigod of magic at the time, who had been corrupted.
Wow.
But I guess my question for you all regarding that is, what's your plans for that? Any ideas?
Well, besides taking care of the whole god slaying group, and aiding in anything against the Black Embassy trying to reform, I guess our main course of action was to meet up with Varaxes. He did appear to all of us in a vision, in fact. Saying that he looks forward to our arrival.
Yeah, that I would look into that as soon as you can. As soon as you get the situation with those areas solved, I think it might be a good idea to start trying to meet up with him. Because in my experience, leaving fate-bound prophecies and whatnot to rest usually only complicates things.
See, now, that I was not entirely aware of, so yeah, I guess we need to prioritize that.
I think it might be a good idea for you all to speak with his other son. If you ever get the chance, you ever find yourselves up north near Arengate. There's a temple up there in the mountains. You could find Scallion, the other of the two brothers. He might be able to help
right.
you too.
Gazathan did mention him.
How else could you get help? I wonder if that old man's still alive. Surely he could be. If you all are going to the Chasm of the Deep, if you are planning on going to Laphis, stop by Fistoa and ask to see an old man named Blaine. He's somewhat of a scholar. He might be able to help too.
All right. So, both Arengate and Alafas is quite a ways away. It's probably going to take us, at least a couple of days' travel.
Not if we could get you there. We can get you there pretty quick.
That'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Well, I guess, do you all have any questions for me? It seems you have a lot on your plate.
Well, I guess from my side is what can we do for you?
Well, I don't think there's a lot. I mean, Ivar, do you have any ideas? Not that I know of. I mean, aside from dealing with the Godslayer situation and whatnot, I think you all have a lot to take care of, and we're aiding in that too. We have a couple of acquaintances we've made overseas in Resvoldis who are looking into it as well.
All right. Well, perhaps I could make us lunch then.
That does sound nice.
I do have a question, if I may.
Yes.
Do you know anything about an umbral usurper?
Oh, right.
I know a bit, yes. Big shadowy creature caused the fall of Yams Deep. You're from overseas, right? Talos, was it?
Yes.
You're probably familiar with what happened in Yams Deep, right? And out of character, you definitely would be.
Alright. Alright. Talos is. TK is not.
For those not savvy, there's a city over there underground. It was the capital of the Gradient Fold over in Resvoldis, and it fell to the Umbral Usurper, who caused pretty much the death of everyone in that city, including the near extinction of a lost race of orcs.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know too much about his whereabouts and what he's up to right now, but I do know that there have been some run-ins with him from the folks overseas that I've been in communication with. In fact, that group actually worked for the person who tried to square off against Umbral Usurper when that city fell. Russell Chapin. He's currently the mayor of Strixig. He tried to protect Yarmsteep when it fell, and he wasn't able to harm it. No one's been able to.
Well, we had a run-in with this usurper ourselves, and it seems like, the God of Protection seems to have warded him off temporarily.
Good that Iceland was able to. Although, in truth, I don't know how much Heslan could have actually done. Heslan didn't attack him, did he? Or did he just kind of threaten him?
Well, no, he just sort of showed up, and the usurper was just like, to hell with this.
Maybe
And,
he knows...
legged it.
Maybe he knows something that we don't about. Well, I'm sure he does. Interesting. No one has, to my knowledge, has been able to ever pose any harm to the usurper, but I suppose it's something I could look into.
Very grand.
Yes, any information would be appreciated. Apparently, he is seeking to turn the rulers, anyone with the throne, the mayors and such, into stone. And I'd rather avoid that, particularly with the mayor back home.
Yeah, that it poses a lot of issues, and I know quite a few mayors.
Yeah, turned poor Yorick's dad here into stone, into Lacus.
Yeah, it was a really terrifying situation, really.
I can imagine.
Was also threatening my uncle Targray.
I know Targray. He's a good lad.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of what happened in Zalchui all those years ago. That place can't handle having another mayor dead.
Yeah.
Zalchui, over the course of a couple of weeks, went through, I think, 3 mayors.
That's alarming.
Yeah, that city had a lot going on, including the Wasp Room.
A what?
It sounds like what it is. It's a room full of wasps.
Oh my god. Okay.
Uh,
I'm very glad I didn't have the catnip before you told me about this.
To put a long story short, there was a very terrible man. Well, technically, he wasn't even a man. He was kind of an otherworldly creature from the Young Dark, but that was a whole different story. There was a man who was masquerading as a school teacher, and whatever his students would do wrong by him, he'd make them stand in the wasp room.
I don't even have any words for this.
It's okay, he's dead now.
That is very good.
Actually, thanks to the group I employed, they helped out. In fact, you said you're related to Targray, right, Bonnie?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, Tilly was actually involved in that whole situation. She went to that school when she was young.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, geez, how anyone found out about it. Her friend was trapped in there. They came and got the group I was employing, and they were able to go and deal with it.
Right.
That's quite a relief.
Luckily, there's a far, far more tame person working there now at that school, but yeah. Sure, you can imagine how both infuriating and alarming that news is to get, that your child is being put in a room full of wasps.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be the case. Not be very good at all.
Yes. That aside, yes, I will look into the Umbral Usurper as much as I can. Me and Ivar both. In fact, I'll see if I can get in contact with the group overseas, and if I can get any information out of them, I'll fill you all in.
Right.
thank you.
And then we can probably stay in contact with Pomegranate's Orb, yeah?
Yes. Speaking of which, if you don't mind,
Pomegranate produces the orb.
you'll tap against the orb, and Ivar will as well. All right. Yeah, and yeah, you can contact us anytime you need.
Thank you.
Good to see
Please do
that
not
these,
send me any ads.
Good to see that these orbs are still around. When Octavian made the first ones.
Aren't all orbs round?
No, I mean like around, but yes, that
I'm
is very
sorry.
good.
I couldn't resist.
I haven't seen any that are square. Because it's not an orb then.
Ivor just sending us countless chain emails that we need to forward to 10 other people.
If you do not do this by the end of 48 hours, thine and thy kin shall be cursed.
But yeah, you offered to make lunch. That does sound pretty good.
Yeah, I
It
could.
will be.
I would. It would be my pleasure.
Well, our kitchen's at your disposal.
Bonnie will put on
Everything in the bottom left cabinet, I don't recommend cooking unless you want to be very high.
Noted.
Perhaps good for a different occasion. but not right now.
Yeah, that's the spice cabinet. And he heavily air quotes.
Barney will nod understandably.
But yes, have at it. Everyone make yourselves at home. If I can do anything for you, let me know. Or answer any questions.
I do have a question. What are the odds that we will need to be in fighting shape for the next 2 hours or so?
I don't know. I mean, you're going to Festoa? Probably not very.
Pomegranate looks wistfully at the catnip and then pockets it again.
Yes, a meal sounds nice. Does there happen to be a marketplace nearby? I meant to
Yes.
get some supplies.
Yeah, there's one nearby.
Oh,
If you head out
wonderful.
of here, take a left, head down the main street. You'll find it down there near the tavern.
Oh, excellent. I mean to get some things made. Seems like this is probably a good time to do that. I am a blacksmith, by the way, so if you're needing anything repaired or sharpened or anything, I'd be happy to accommodate.
Well, it's good to know. Thank you for the offer.
Look to Yorick and say, sir, I don't mean, forgive me for asking this, but the platinum you had offered before?
And you're asking, are you looking at Yorick?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, here you are.
Oh, thank you.
Did you want someone to come with you?
Sure. I'm not opposed to anyone joining me if they wish to.
All right.
And Yorick will get
That
up.
does sound fun. Yes, I think I shall join as well.
I would enjoy looking to see if there may be any apothecaries in town.
Do you want to come with us too?
I
I'll,
would like to.
Gunther will stay.
All right. So, I suppose you'll be back in your bed.
Sure.
All right. You all head out. Head to the markets.
Yeah. Shopping montage.
All right. So you all head out, and you begin heading down that main street as directed, and you see there are quite a few different market stalls out, as well as a tavern that was pointed out to you, and you can see all kinds of different stands set up. Were you looking for anything in particular? I know, Candle, you were looking for an apothecary.
Yeah.
Maybe adjacent to the apothecary type of place we could find is maybe somewhere that sells loose pigments and various binders and stuff like that for paints and inks, maybe.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, among these stalls out here, there's definitely an apothecary, and they also have some more art-oriented supplies, from inks to pigments and various paints.
Nice.
Looking for
Nice.
a place that sells like metal ores, maybe some leather, and some wool.
Okay, looking around here at the shops available, your best bet would likely be the carpentry shop.
Excellent.
Heading inside, there's an orcish gentleman behind the counter, and he nods. Hey, could I help you with anything?
Let's see. I'm looking for a few bars of, iron or steel, some some good quality leather, some loose wool would also be good.
All right, let's see what I've got. He digs through some of his supplies. He goes to the back and comes back with a crate and sets it down. Let's see. He takes out a few things and lays them out on the counter. Looks like this will do it. Was there anything else you needed?
I think I should be able to work. Oh, Do you have any copper?
Copper. Yes, I have some. In fact, I can melt down a bit more as well, if you need a bit more. I have a couple of bars.
Yeah, a couple copper bars should work.
He'll lay those out as well.
All right. And Talos is just going over making sure everything is good quality.
So at a glance, everything looks to be in pretty fine condition. Everything looks to be pretty new.
Oh, yeah, this should all work nicely. How much do I owe you?
Let's see. About 5 gold.
Oh, easily done. You'll provide him 5 gold.
All right. And he will hand over all the supplies. Come back and see me if you need anything else.
Oh, I absolutely will. I want to make sure I get as much done as I can.
Well, best of luck with your projects.
All right, thank you. Just place them away. He'll kind of pull out guns like, we're going to make you your sheath.
Ooh, neat.
So for Palm and Candle, you do find this apothecary stall. Sitting behind it, a younger tiefling woman, and she's reading a book. She looks up as you all approach. Oh, hello. Could I do anything for you?
Greetings. My associate and I are looking for some potions, powders, ingredients, and more. What do you have in your fine establishment?
Well, you've come to the right place. I have quite a few plants, a couple of herbs. I have, if you're looking for anything for projects such as painting, I have paints and pigments.
That would be me, but
suppose,
my associate, I believe. Yes, sorry.
Yes,
Go ahead.
What do you need?
I was hoping to just look over what your selection might be.
Well, I have some fresh lavender that I got. A couple of, if you're looking to do some recreational drugs, I suppose, I have some fresh canis root as well.
I think we're good on those for now.
You have a good supply?
We do seem to, yes.
The lavender would be appreciated, though.
How much would you like?
I'm not sure how lavender is measured.
Me either. Would you just like a satchel full?
Absolutely.
Probably by the ounce.
Maybe it's measured like grain because lavender flowers tend to get sold as little rice grain sized buds that are dried.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Gets measured in grams.
A bushel of lavender.
For this satchel, it'll just be 3 copper.
Excellent. Thank you.
Of course. Is there anything else I can get for you?
So I was wondering, just sort of as like like how the class mechanics work, would I be able to buy like additional formulas?
I would say you could. It'd just be a matter of you studying them and learning them during downtime.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I don't know if there would be any that I would be able to purchase from her.
Let me look at the apothecary. See what she might have. She would definitely have some potion and powder. Yeah, she definitely have some potion and powder formulas. She has, let's see what she has. She has a formula for rejuvenating nectar, aromatic powder. Let's see. And also, she has a formula for Embracer's Brew.
Okay. And about how much would the expense be for those?
So these are a bit more complex. I would say for these you're looking at around 80 gold each.
Okay. Let me check how much I have. Okay. And I'll double check those mechanics. I don't know if Palm wants to do buying paints.
Wait, what's up?
I'm just going to take a bit to review, to look at those and see which ones they do and which ones I'd want to purchase.
Gotcha. And what can I get for you? And she looks over at you, Palm.
Oh, yes. I am in need of some small cut pure cotton papers if you have any. I am also looking for some powdered ox gall, or perhaps, excuse me, my orb is making noises. Let me just put that on silent. I am also looking for, yes, as I said, powdered ox gall, or if you have it in stick form, that's good too. Maybe some gum arabic. Do you have any turquoise, powdered turquoise? It's very difficult to get hold of it for some reason.
Let me see. And she goes through her supplies. And she does have a lot of that. Even the turquoise.
Wow. Now, this is impressive.
Yes, we get. I get a lot of imports, especially from up north, in the northwest, from Eltgrad. I get a lot of imports from there.
Interesting. And you're sure this is turquoise and not howlite?
Yes.
Fabulous.
I
Can
do
I please
a bit of painting myself.
Oh, that's exciting. So, you must be a pigment connoisseur yourself.
Yes, I dabble.
So, what do you have that's not on the floor?
I have this nice olive pigment.
Oh, that is nice. Is that olivine?
Yes.
Okay, so I think Palm will just continue asking about various pigments and ingredients. And also, what I am interested in is if this shopkeep holds any stock that is like magical in nature, perhaps.
So you ask about magical stuff, and she takes a moment, kind of dwells on it.
I do have a set of magical pigments, although they're very rare.
Tell me more.
These are marvelous pigments. They can create life from simple paintings, like this.
And she takes out the pigments and does a little demonstration. And she draws a little door on the desk and is able to actually open the door, and you can see through it. You can see under the desk as she opens it.
My word. That seems like too much power for one painter to hold.
Wow.
I know some people are naturally able to do such, scriveners, and I've seen some folk who go about the art of chronicling, able to do the same.
Yes, I happen to be one of those people.
Oh, perhaps you are capable.
I believe that a certain higher power told me about this, and I kind of forgot before the session. Yes, I could give it a go. I mean, I've seen it being done, but I've never tried to do it myself, I suppose.
I would be very interested to see.
Certainly will put it to excellent use, Pomegranate.
What was that?
I'm certain you will put it to excellent use, Pomegranate.
I hope so. It's certainly useful for looking through walls. Okay, so Pom will take out her little pocket sketch set with some inks. And she will draw. What will she draw? A little bird, maybe.
Okay, so drawing this bird, while it doesn't necessarily create living life, you do make a like solid. I suppose the closest would be like a taxidermied bird.
I love taxidermy things. So to do this, does she have to like focus on doing it? Sort of like, how do you not do this by accident?
Yes, it's something you focus on specifically.
Okay, so almost like sculpting with your mind while you're drawing or painting.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
that is
no animals
very-
were injured in the making of this taxidermy.
That is very.
Yes.
That is very interesting. You are able.
I honestly didn't think that would work. I'm quite surprised. There's a lot to think about here.
And at seeing this bird, Crow will flit off your shoulder and land beside and kind of tilts his head.
What do you think, huh? Friend?
Friend? As long as friend does not take my shinies.
No, this friend will I can guarantee you will not be taking your shinies.
Okay. Crow will turn to your shoulder. Content.
I like to think that the shopkeep just witnessed Palm and this bird just going at each other like just randomly in a shop.
But
Wow.
yes, that is very interesting. I've never seen it in person before. I've only heard the stories.
I mean, I know it can be done because I've seen someone do it. I just never thought that I would personally be able to do it.
That shows you are very talented.
I mean, what is talent but luck of birth, really? I would say I'm lucky, not talented.
I suppose that is one way to look at it.
Sorry, was that weird? I'm weird sometimes. This is a
no.
lot of information to process. It's
makes
weird
sense.
finding out you have a power, you know, that you didn't know you had.
Suppose that is true. I didn't know that I was capable of, doing much art stuff myself. Not really magical, but yeah, I suppose magical in its own way.
Listen, art is always magical and always needed.
I agree. And she will take out some of her paintings and lay them out. Most of them seem to be of giants, actually. You can see that they are paintings of hill giants and storm giants. all in their respective environments.
Interesting. Were these done plain air? Did you really go and see the giants?
I've only been able to see a few of them in person. These ones are studies, but I have seen hill giants before. I mean,
These are
a friend
really
of
good.
mine is a direct descendant of hill giants.
These are very good.
Thank you.
If you're ever in Barossa, you should perhaps look my family up. We're all kind of into this kind of thing, and it's always good to have more contacts, you know?
Of course. That sounds like a lovely idea.
Great. So about those pigments.
Yes. Are you looking to purchase any?
It doesn't seem like I would need the magic ones.
Right.
Unless they aid my power in some way.
Perhaps I've been told that the art of drawing as you did there can be a bit taxing. So perhaps it could be used when you are low on energy.
That is a good shout. How much would they set me back?
These are quite rare. I would. I could perhaps part with them for, say, 300 gold pieces.
If you throw in the turquoise, we have a deal.
That I can do.
Excellent. And Pom will shake on it.
All right. You now have a set of marvelous pigments, along with the other art supplies.
I'm gonna try really hard not to goof too much with this. No promises though, but I'll try.
My DM gave me marvelous pigments. I did goof a lot with them. We were being attacked by goblins, and I drew us a brick shack to hide in.
Nice.
Drawing Nilbog to scare them off.
We were also going up a giant tree. We were going through this dungeon that was a giant tree, and I drew a staircase up the side to the top.
Amazing.
Like I was saying in our discussion from, was it yesterday? We spoke yesterday, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a long day. I love the idea that this power works to the extent that if you draw someone or something quite shittily, it just comes to life quite shittily. Like if you draw a really ugly horse, you'll get a really ugly horse.
Yeah.
And if you put the knees in the wrong places, it wouldn't run as well as it would have otherwise.
Poor creature.
Father, why have you done this?
It's just an agony. But yes, she'll look into your candle. Have you decided on any of the formulas you want?
Yes. I'd like to study the aromatic powder.
Alright. That will be 80 gold pieces.
Excellent.
And I can throw in the lavender with that as well.
That would be excellent. Thank you.
All right, and she will give you the aromatic formula.
All right.
Quick question, sorry, how many gold is in 1 platinum again?
1 gold, or 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Okay.
And then 1 electrum is 10 platinum.
Then I've cleared myself out.
Yeah, I'd say by this point, Talos, you come back from getting your supplies as well.
How'd it go, everyone?
Excellent. I have a new powder that I can't wait to try out on you.
I discovered that I have a power I didn't know about, which is to say I can draw things and they become real.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought, exactly.
Very interesting.
So if you draw like a world-ending monster, would it become a world-ending monster?
I don't know if I want to find out.
Fair.
I guess that depends on what physical characteristics make a monster world ending.
True.
That is true.
As you all are reconvening, Yorick walks over, and he's holding a big cup. You can see some steam coming out of it, and he takes a sip of it.
It was selling hot chocolate. It's very good.
Nice. I don't think I can have anything after that sun stuff.
Oh yeah, that was really good too. I've never had any before.
Yes. It was delicious, and I feel a bit bad.
What do you feel bad?
Oh, it's like discovering something amazing, and then like everything you think about everything else you've enjoyed, and they just kind of pale in comparison.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess I understand.
It's really not a big deal. I'm sure I'll get over it soon enough.
Did you all get everything you needed?
And more.
I think so. I got stuff to make Gond, the dagger, and hopefully, a little something we kind of discussed before, pomegranate.
What?
Oh?
Yeah, trying to figure out a way that we can keep an eye on our small friend.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was definitely not thinking about leather harnesses for myself.
What? I mean, I bought leather, but I probably would have to get more if you're wanting me to make you something.
Probably a lot more.
Okay. Should we head back for dinner?
Yes, let's head
Oh,
back for
Yorick.
dinner.
Yorick.
Yorick's like, Truffle's foot.
He just sips his hot chocolate. He doesn't comment on it.
I need an adult. We are adults.
Speaking of dinner, what's Barney been up to in the meantime?
So, I guess the question I have is, what sort of ingredients would Bone Snap's kitchen have?
So, looking around, you get the essentials, some eggs, some dairy stuff, a couple of meats, and various different vegetables. But at one point, Ivar does come up to you. If you need anything to cook with that we don't have here, I can get it for you. Just let me know.
Right. Thanks.
Of course.
I think there might be some adequate ingredients here, so I think I'll figure something out.
All right, I'll leave you to it.
And as for what he's making, I think he's gonna be making sourdough club sandwiches for everyone. With some chicken and rocket and some nice sauces.
Very nice. Is Gunther up to anything in the meantime as well?
Nothing in particular.
Okay. Yeah, with that, the folks who went shopping about this time, you would be able to arrive back unless you had anything you wanted to do while you were out, other than the shopping.
Nothing I can think of.
All right. Yeah, you all get back and you can smell that Barney's cooking up something nice.
That smells delightful.
Excellent.
Well, we are certainly spoiled with the amount of food that we get.
suppose I should save. I should save this hot chocolate. I don't want to spoil my dinner.
And you can have it with it.
I suppose that's true. Gunther, did you want to do some sparring soon?
Sure, that'll be fine.
I suppose since we're on a time crunch, maybe before bed?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Alright.
Yeah, Barney, you are able to cook up some very nice club sandwiches.
And there's one of them that he's wrapping up to take along for the road that's meant for Ponto.
Speaking of Ponto, do you check on the bag at all?
I feel
think
like we've just been keeping it closed after we weren't able to find him in there, so we'll just kind of toss a sandwich inside.
I think not. I think the last time we checked was before he went into the kitchen.
So checking, if you check now, you notice that Ponto isn't in the bag.
That sounds about right.
Dear. Oh dear. Where's he gone off to now?
Wait, what happened? I smelled that the food was ready.
Oh right. We have a halfling friend that was asleep in my pack here, but you know, usually when he wakes up and he's too quiet, then he's out getting into some trouble. Putting it, you know, mildly, he seems to be a bit of a trickster.
This is the one who went after the ruby eye.
That'd be him.
We can't rule out that he's still in the backpack and he just rolled like a 40 on stealth.
Well, hopefully he turns up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to come with us if we're going to be teleported, like, you know, all the way across the country.
I suppose that is true. I suppose if you don't find him before you go, if I do find him, I'll send him your way.
Well, I suppose that works as well.
We can just set out like one of those have a heart traps with the sandwich inside. Maybe add a little more cooked meat.
But yes, what you make? I'm very hungry and very excited.
Oh right, I'll go bring out lunch. And yeah, he goes and fetches all the sandwiches like laid out on the tray.
Ooh.
It's also the bread's also like toasted.
Those smell delicious.
Well then, dig in.
And yeah, Bone Snap, without hesitation, will go ahead and grab one and dig in. This is Ivar. Oh, that's very good. And you said you're a chef, right?
Well, yeah, in sort of, I guess, in training. And Mum taught me how most of the things I know.
Food this good, you should be the one doing the training.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose, you know, I was the academy before I got expelled, but, you know, the long-term goal is to open my own restaurant.
Well, I'd certainly visit. These are delicious.
Thanks.
Yeah, these are delicious. Very good, very good.
Oh, you're too kind.
Yeah, Bonnie's cooking's always been wonderful.
You, expelled? For what?
Oh, right. Oh, I guess it's the whole story. See, I was bullied a bit, and then, at some point, uh, stuff got a little physical, and I kind of lost control of myself and ended up hurting a student, and that was grounds enough for me to get expelled.
Interesting. Sounds like they deserved it.
Well, I still don't feel too great about it. Just, racked with guilt and all that.
Nah, don't let it eat you up. Sometimes you have to act on your emotions. I would know, I'd done that a lot. Or I've tempered that over time, but when I was young and when I was in school, that let's just say I had to move academies a couple of times.
Right.
Palm wonders if that's why he's called Bone Snap. To herself, inside her head, not out loud. Just need to add that.
Interesting times. Yeah. Those poor people.
Oh. Well, I'd like to think that, have a bit of a better grasp on, what I'm capable of with, my abilities and all that, but there's always I feel like there's always a certain threshold that once you cross it, then, things can go pretty bad.
Well, everyone has their limits. Everyone has that point of no return. I certainly do.
Yeah.
And everyone has things that set them off. For me, I think that if anyone ever put my family in danger.
Yeah, I think it's a common enough one.
In fact, if anyone knows that well enough, it's my son, Rowan. I've done a lot of things when he was in danger.
Palm clears her throat and shuffles away from Bone Snap just a little bit.
I'm so proud of him. He's a therapist now.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, excellent.
You don't say.
Yes, he actually works on the campus at Arengate at Krause University.
Oh, right. We were there, like, helping the headmaster out with some troubles.
Oh, what happened?
Well, students went missing, and turns out it was, a former student of theirs that was kind of kidnapping all the cleric students and burning their holy symbols, and was tasked by some sort of deity or celestial, whatever he was speaking to through an orb, that he was supposed to kill them as part of his initiation.
Yeah, so
If
his name was Buckley, and it was what.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
that little shit.
You'll probably
Yes.
know the name.
Pardon my
Oh,
Sylvan.
so you've heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him. He was actually in my son's. He was in their year when he was in school there. And he posed a lot of issues to them as well.
Well, I guess we can confidently say that he's, in the hands of the authorities.
For now, I feel like it never lasts, unfortunately. And Octavian showed up on that campus and got Buckley expelled initially. So.
Right.
He's a hazard. to everyone around him. One
Maybe
didn't
we'll get
learn
lucky.
anything ever.
Maybe we'll get lucky and the God Slayers will silence him.
One could potentially hope. Even his own father hasn't been able to do much about him, to be honest.
Well, I did seem to get that sort of impression when he was speaking to whoever it was on that orb. They did mention something about that.
Yeah, he's caused a lot of issues. Like, I could name quite a list. He almost got my son. His roommates killed multiple times. He broke a kid's arm because he just got angry with them. Broke that same kid's window, that door, I believe. It goes on and on.
I mean, if there was only like a more productive release of that sort of energy.
Yeah, and that he's set on being a nuisance, it would seem.
I guess not unlike our friend Ponto, but I think his heart's in the right place.
I feel like on the scale, Ponto is far better than Buckley.
I don't
Yeah.
think that anyone could come close without really trying.
Right.
But thank you again for dinner. This was delicious.
Yeah, anytime.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I know it's still quite early. I didn't know if you all wanted to hang out here in Shamhide for the day, or if you wanted to head on to Festoa, because it is pretty, it's not too late. And time-wise, it is, at this point, it's about 4 p.m.
I want to do some work with my crafts, so we can probably, maybe spend a night and go out fresh in the morning.
It sounds fine to me.
Yeah, alright.
Very well. I can do some studying in the meantime.
As far as guest rooms go, I have a few in the back. Feel free to make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for your hospitality.
Of course. And once you all are ready to set off, I can get you all going. I can send you over.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, the evening is yours. Anyone up to anything in particular, Talus? I know you want to do some crafting, and Candle, you want to do some studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many things I'm allowed to try to make in one period of time.
I suppose it would depend on the complexity. So you want to make the sheath for Gond.
Yeah, I want to make the sheath for Gond. I would like to... I still have the Glimonite that I need to make into a badge or some symbol.
Okay.
And I'd like to see if I can figure out a way to shape the copper into a means of keeping tabs on Ponto.
So I would say the Glimonite would probably take the most amount of time. That would probably be something you could do over the full course of essentially a long rest. That one would take a while, or multiple sessions anyway, of crafting. The sheath is something you could probably get done in about 4 hours or so, as would be the copper shaping.
Yeah, and he'll probably pull out the orb and consult with Ingress. Because his hope is trying to figure out a way to make the copper so that one person holding it can get a sense of direction where the other person is.
Okay. I would say with that, and as you're kind of consulting and as you're crafting these things, make me an intelligence check. You have advantage on it.
Sure. Yeah, he'll go out, he'll pull out the Instant Fortress and say the password in Leonin, which I guess would be like Grecian. And the password is, it's hammer time.
A great password.
Alright, intelligence. Ooh, can I use lucky on one of these?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, thank you. That's better. So intelligence check, that would be a 19.
So, and as you're kind of figuring out how you might go about this, you would know that with copper, there are a few things you could do. You could essentially give Ponto some kind of adornment, and if you were to enchant the copper, you could have it kind of light up, kind of like a beacon.
Yeah, he'll make two little copper figures of like copper dragons, and just like polish them up so they're excessively shiny and reflective. And so one he'll set so that it's like he'll set one as like the base, and the other one allows it to like detect where the other one is.
Okay. And in doing that, let's see. Just make me an athletics check to see how nice these come out. And you can use your proficiency with Smith's tools.
Sweet. That would be a 16.
So, as you work away on these figures, shaping the copper at first seems to be a bit rough, as getting it to be a certain shape is a bit difficult. But as you kind of get into the flow of working with it, things start to feel a bit more natural, and you're able to get them to be very smooth and shiny, and they look very nice.
All right, this should work. He picks up the detecting one, walks away a bit, and just like tries to activate it. I imagine it has like a rune carved on it, so he just rubs the rune.
All right. And yeah, you are able to activate it, and like with what you were kind of crafting up, it does illuminate and a beacon that shines up from it.
Excellent.
Oh, what you got there?
Oh, just a little. Our friend, as you notice, tends to kind of part, and chaos can ensue. So I was tasked to create a way of making so we know how to locate him.
Seems pretty practical.
He likes shiny things, and he likes dragons. So I figured this would probably be a good little bit to give him.
Well, it looks nice.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you are able to create these copper figures.
Right. And if there's enough remaining time, he would like to make the sheath.
All right. So I would say with that, any particulars for the sheath?
Well, he asked for, so, he's going to be using the steel he got, leather for accents, And Gon asked for something cozy, so he got the wool for an interior. And he's going to consult with Ingress to see if there's a way of maybe cloaking it. So, like, while he's in the sheath, he can't be detected.
Perhaps a non-detection magic?
I don't really have any spells. Wonder if any of the others have something that might work. Well, no, we're all busy. We're all taking our times for ourselves. So maybe I'll craft it right now, and then we can enchant it at another time.
Very well.
Or at least we'll get one part of it done.
All right, so you're just going about crafting the sheath for now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make me another athletics check.
All right, 27.
Ooh. So you pour a lot of effort into the sheath,
Wow.
and in doing that, you're able to make a very fine-looking sheath. It is very nice.
All right, he'll take out Gon, and he'll slide him in. We're like, what do you think?
It is very comfy.
Make sure the wool is good quality.
And I imagine also it goes in such a way that there is a slot for the eye to still see through.
Are we finally going to find out if Gond is a honk shoe or a sleeper?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I'll work with the others and see if we can. Because my concern is, they knew where you landed.
Yes, correct.
Yes, and I know Gunther can tell where you're at with his little, I forget what he calls it, his senses or something. So, I'm worried that maybe the Godslayers have some means of locating you.
Perhaps.
Yeah, so we'll work to see if we can get this so that, while you're in it at least, people can't find you so easily.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, or at least until we find you a good partner to be with.
All right. Does Talos do anything else? Or are you settling down for the evening?
I think that probably took quite a bit of time, so
Yeah.
he'll go back in to settle down and just quickly visit Palm, be like, "Oh, this is yours," and just gives her the beacon figurine.
Yeah. Palm, you get the beacon for Ponto.
Oh, sorry. I think I just rode over a power cable. So we're not sure where Ponto is, right?
No.
I'm wondering
Gunther
if
can find him.
perhaps we should try and do that. It is making me nervous that he's not here.
Gunther can try to find him for you then.
All right. How are you going about looking for him, Gunther?
I'll use my gift Harsh Place to try to find him. And use the pass ability back to home.
Okay.
So if I touch or converse with him within the past 24 hours, I'm aware of his general direction based on a change in temperature in relation to my location from him. And it can change from hot to cold based on proximity just doesn't inform me of like if he's hurt or not, or if he's dead or not.
All right. In doing that, make me an investigation check as you kind of walk around and detect the difference in temperature.
That's going to be an 8.
So you walk around for a bit, and the temperature seems pretty cold for the most part until finally you end up in the bathroom, and you're like, it's a bit warmer in here, but I don't see anything. And then you can see that on top of a wardrobe is Ponto asleep.
Okay, I'll just grab him and bring him back to the rest of the people.
Oh, where'd you find him?
He was resting.
Wow.
Hiding in Palm's place of peace. Clever, clever. He knew she wouldn't look there until she'd save that for last.
This is accurate. Hey, are we sure he's not gonna hatch out into some kind of butterfly or something? He's been resting for a long time.
Yeah, and if he was asleep, do you think he sleepwalked?
What? No idea. Well, at least we know who he is now.
Like, you mean he's gonna like shed out of his body?
Ugh.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
Do dragons
Hopefully
do
not.
that?
You know, I don't know.
I'm sure he'll be fine. You were talking about giving him an amulet of sorts, right, Talos?
Oh, he holds up the little polished up figurine. Oh, just this. As long as he holds on to the other end of it. Palm, if you rub the rune on that one.
I'm sorry, you broke up for a second. What'd you say?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so as long as he's carrying this one, if Palm rubs the rune on the other one, it'll make a little beacon so we can find out where he is.
I love that. Thank you.
No problem. It was fun to work on it.
Yeah, thanks. I think Pommel, she wears a lot of charms around her person, so she'll attach it. Why are you laughing at me?
No, it's just I could just totally like picture her like with all of her bangles and necklaces and things.
Anyway, she'll wear it on her person somewhere. It'll be right at home with all the other stuff.
Yeah, it would just be a good idea not to tell him what it does.
Yes.
Just while he's asleep, we just sort of implanted in him like a microchip.
Oh,
How big is it?
no. It's like a small toy.
So all we need to do is give it to him, and he'll choke on it and swallow it probably,
Choking
and then
hazard.
the problem will be solved.
Copper choking hazard.
We
Okay.
could stitch it into his clothes.
We could just like give it to him and say, "Here's a shiny thing we found. We thought you'd like it."
That might be suspicious. We should let him take it on its own. He will.
Oh.
This is true. We should leave it somewhere. We should put it in some kind of food, like a trifle.
Maybe you could tell him it's really important and not to touch it. Listen, he'll want to.
Yeah,
Well,
That is
yeah.
true.
You'll do the opposite of what you tell him. That's genius.
Question how that works, but it seems like it would for him.
Suppose
I
it's worth a
suspect-
shot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just as you said, go ahead. I started yawning.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
And as you all are standing, in Ponto's sleep, Ponto sneezes, and then Ponto is halfway across the room.
I'll
Hmm.
retrieve him.
Does anybody have any medical experience?
Well, that certainly
Yes.
is new.
We should see if we can see if he's got some kind of magic flu.
Perhaps.
I mean, I have some medical experience.
Could you have a look at him?
Sure. Bone Snap will take a look at Ponto. Seems fine.
Is this just the thing that happens when he sneezes?
Has he ever
Ponto's-
sneezed around you before?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Maybe.
Ponto is just the first person in the world to actually catch Ligma.
That is interesting. I'd keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that certainly is new. Also worrying.
And again, I suppose a lot of people say a lot about me is worrying. Especially the spiders.
Well-
That one really gets people.
Well, I mean, he's not really cognizant right now, but if you get to see him awake, I guess you'll see what we mean.
Suppose so. Well, yeah, that doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. At least from what I can tell.
Oh, at least that's good.
Well, I'll be in the back if you need me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
But yeah, does anyone do anything else before you all settle down for the evening?
I think Palmer is gonna sit down with her sketchbook and her quill and ink, and she's gonna try to bring some things into reality.
Okay, are you using the Marvelous Pigments or are you using your Awakened Ink?
I think she's using her her own ink and her own steam. She's just seeing what she can do, basically.
Yeah, so you can see that drawing a few things. Oh no. TK. So drawing a few things, you do bring them into existence, same as what happened earlier. And
She draws a pear
You
and
also
she
know.
tries to take a bite.
So taking a bite of the pear, it tastes awful. It tastes like ink.
Oh God, no.
It's-
Well, I mean, it's good knowledge to have.
You take a bite and it kind of like bursts all over your mouth like an ink pack.
Yeah.
Whom
Oh,
among
no.
us has not had that happen?
I've had that happen.
Me also. Also, I made the mistake of taking a fully loaded brush pen onto an airplane.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about
To
time.
be fair, when I was young, I did bite into a glow stick.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
And that's how you catch the D&D, folks.
I bit into a glow stick, and I to this day, it's still one of the worst experiences I've ever had. Ever.
A big oof.
Not
for
only
sure.
did it
Oh,
taste
no.
terrible,
Well, when I was
it
really,
happened
really
in
small.
the back of a car. We were going somewhere. I decided I was
no.
gonna bite into this
Oh,
glow
no.
stick. It got in my mouth. It got in my eyes. It was awful.
Oh,
I fully
sounds-
understand the urge, though. I would have done the same if glow sticks had been around when I was small. I did chew on soldering wire, which I really hope isn't going to come back to bite me in the butt when I age.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was the kind with built-in flux.
Yeah, moral of the story, Chad, don't bite into glow sticks.
If, when in doubt, do not put things in your mouth.
They might look tasty, but they aren't. I can assure you from experience.
Yes.
I will I remember it for next time.
The next time the next time we're children, we'll remember. She also draws some flowers and sniffs them to see if they smell like anything.
They smell like ink.
I'm noticing a theme. She will draw a lettuce leaf and a snail, and she'll put the snail on the lettuce leaf.
Nice. Yeah, you are able to draw quite a couple of things. The snail, like with the bird, doesn't move.
It's like a wooden snail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taxidermied snail.
So when this stuff comes to life, does it have color, or is it just sort of a 3D object that looks drawn?
So it looks like it looks drawn or painted, but it does have color. So it's like it looks, everything looks very like painterly. It reflects your art style essentially.
Okay. So it could make like a convincing decoy of some sort, but not on closer inspection.
Yes.
Okay, noted. Thanks.
Yeah, you play around with your inks and your various pigments. Make some interesting stuff. And you also notice that after a couple of hours, they seem to disappear.
Ah, good. Yes.
But yeah, anyone else up to anything?
Who's in the room next to Pom?
So there are 3 guest rooms, each with 3 beds, so you could spread yourselves out however you see fit in those guest rooms.
So whoever is sharing the room next to Pom's, she's gonna make a door in the wall and look through. Well, she's gonna knock first, obviously, because otherwise that would be rude. But they're gonna get a surprise hatch open in the wall, and
Yeah, I
Pom's gonna be
imagine.
like, "Look what I can do!"
I imagine Talos is in the next room, working on the sheath at that time.
Talos, look!
Ah!
Hi.
Hi. Was that door always there?
No, I made it.
You do carpentry?
I do. I don't know what it's called exactly. I know it was told to me, but I can't remember the name of it right now. But I
Just looks confused.
can draw things and they become reality, sort of.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Could
Look
you,
at the snail I made. She presents a completely rock solid, non-moving snail.
Yeah.
just pokes it gently. Huh. So, like,
Anyway.
if you made drew a gold bar, would you have a gold bar?
It would look like a gold bar if you looked quickly, but it wouldn't be an actual gold bar, and it'll disappear after a while. But it could distract someone for a brief moment.
True. Or you could.
Anyway,
bribe
good
someone
night.
with it. Good night.
She she closes the door.
Huh. He goes back to work.
Okay.
Well, that was weird.
And Candle, you said you were studying the formula you got as well, right?
They just blipped out.
They left.
Oh no.
I think it's the laptop battery,
Yeah,
probably.
I think the laptop died.
I thought it was me for a second, and I couldn't understand why I could still hear you talking because the disconnect. It sounded like the disconnect noise of my internet antenna for my computer, my dongle.
Yeah, we were warned that Saffron's laptop battery might die.
Yes.
We'll give him a second. What timing, too?
Yeah.
Oh, we on them. Chad, I hope you all are doing well. You're having a good Saturday.
I think we might actually need to switch on to regular power as well, because our
Yes.
inverter, we're still on the inverter and the power came back on a while ago.
Ooh. Well, yeah, if you need to take a sec to do that, all good. We won't be gone for too much longer.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll probably be like, maybe like a minute.
Okay.
Cool, we'll be right back.
All right. Suppose while that gets sorted, chat will take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes. So we'll see you soon. I'll leave you with the music. Oh, chat, we are back.
Hello.
Hello again.
Hi.
Saffron is on the phone, laptop dead.
F's in the chat.
F's in the chat for Saffron's laptop.
Rip.
Not that I can see them, but so don't say anything mean about candles that I can't see.
But before your laptop died, I asked if Candles was studying the formula.
Yeah, she's just trying to learn that before she tucks in for the night.
All right, make me an intelligence check.
That's going to be A21.
All right, so as you look over this formula and kind of dwell on it and its various components, you start to make some pretty good progress. At the rate you're going, it looks like you might be able to learn this formula after about 2 more complete sessions with it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, does anyone else have anything they do before they head to bed?
Barney is gonna go to Pom. Well, I guess while Pom's like playing around with her paints.
Cackling.
Oh, you having fun there?
Yes. I'm not going to be drawing any people if that's what you're going to ask.
No, just made a quick observation. Say, you don't mind if I lend that orb for a bit, yeah?
You may certainly borrow it.
Yeah, just want to get in contact with Mum, ask her something.
Sure.
Well, will do. I mean,
Laura, say hi.
I'll be here, so maybe you could say hi as well.
Okay. All right. Here you go. She will produce the orb.
All right. And you're calling up your mother?
Yes.
All right. You were able to do so. Love, you doing all right? You all make it safe?
Hi, Mum. Yeah, we actually got some help from a couple of nice blokes. Actually teleported us into Shamite, so we didn't have to use the mountain pass after all.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Everything all right?
Yeah. I just actually had a question that I kind of forgot to ask. We sent over a fella by the name of Reginald that had 2 kids with him.
Right. Yes.
Are they doing all right? Did they get in contact with you?
Yeah. So I spoke with them. We got them settled in. They stayed with us for a little while, and they decided they'd go to Cold nearby and settled in there.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because I just kind of slipped my mind with everything happening with Dad and all that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm with him now. We're in Cold as well, taking care of something.
All right.
We travelled safe, so no worries.
Doing anything specific there?
Just say it's a surprise.
All right. We might be, by morning we might be quite a ways out. We will be. Let me just open up the map real quick.
In fact, I can open the map on Owlbear. You all are here in Shamhide.
Yeah, we'll be, heading towards Alaphis, like come morning. So we might be quite a ways out.
Oh, well, be safe. I'm sure you'll be fine. I know you're in good hands. But it was good, getting to see everyone with you and see you again. You're welcome at home anytime.
All right, thanks, man. Yeah, it was good seeing you too.
Be safe, and of course, if you need anything, call me.
Will do. Yeah, this is much better than writing letters. I'll admit.
Yeah, it's good to get to hear you.
Yeah. All right then. I won't keep you up too long.
All right, get some rest.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he wanted to do. I think he'll just do his usual nightly routine, which is make coffee for whoever is interested and for himself.
York will definitely take you up on that. But as he goes to do so,
All right, I should spar first. Gunther, did you still want to spar?
Yes, we can do that.
All right.
yeah, he will follow you outside. Do you go over anything in particular with him? Or just kind of working on the same basics?
I'll say, let's go over pairing.
Okay.
So basically, just pairing hits.
All right. I would say for that, make me an athletics check to see how well you go about teaching the technique, and I'm gonna roll and see how well he retains it.
That'll be a 12.
Okay, so pretty good job as he is able. He finds a bit of trouble getting down the footwork and the motion needed to perform a good parry, and remaining stable in his stance. But as you kind of work on it across the evening, he starts to pick up on things pretty well. You start to get into a good flow. I imagine you're having him kind of parry some of your attacks.
Yeah. And I'll make sure not to put my full strength into it.
Yeah, with that training, he gets quite a bit better at using that glaive.
Oh, I think it's coming along. Thank you.
You're most certainly welcome. I am very proud of you.
Thank you. I couldn't do what I do without all of you.
To be fair, I mean, to be fair, I think you also inspire us in some way as well.
Really?
So, of course, I guess you could say I've been thinking about some of the things you've been saying about, like, just how you've been proud of all of us as well, and I guess it's something that I think back on every now and then.
Oh, well, yeah. You all are really inspiring. You've done a lot for me. No, we haven't been together for too long, but it feels like we've been together for quite a while. It feels like, you're all like a family to me.
I guess that's what you can say about adversity. It bonds us a lot closer than what we expect.
Yeah. By the way, you said you had a dream, and that's where you got the bracer?
Yeah. Need to know something?
I was just wondering, it just sounds, familiar. It's similar to how I got the claw from Varaxes.
I wasn't thinking too much about that, but that is a good point. I guess it seems that some of these gods and people above us are giving us a hand in order to help out with dealing with these god slayers and usurpers and whatnot.
Yeah. Suppose it's also a good point and why it'd be good to, train up and be ready.
Agreed.
Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, and thank you, York. You have been wonderful.
Thank you.
He'll give you a hug.
Gunther's a little bit surprised by this, but he definitely returns the hug back.
I'm really excited. I know it's kind of scary, but I'm excited to, be adventuring with all of you.
Well, I don't think you have too much to worry about. You've proven yourself pretty capable right now, and I'll be honest, I'm really happy to be in this group. You all have been so wonderful. More wonderful than me.
Well, I would say you've all been really wonderful. We're all wonderful in our own ways. And you've helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I did. You have a good point. I guess since it's getting a little bit late, we should rest up for tonight. So.
Yeah, let's get some rest.
Yeah, the two of you are able to turn in for the night as well. Anyone else have anything they were doing before bed?
No, nothing I can think of.
All right. Then with that, I think that's where we'll call today's session. You all rest up and prepare for your journey to Alaphus.
Oh, that's
Yeah, hope you all had fun. You finally got to meet Bone Snap in person.
Yay!
Yeah.
get to tell him about everything so that he can retell the stories every week or so.
Yes. He gives his recaps. We love Bone Snap. Yeah, chat, thank you for joining us. We will be back next. So next Friday, we won't be back for Bleeding Moon as Emmy won't be able to make it. But I might look into running a one-shot. We'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Nice.
As for Varaxes, Varaxes will next be back on the 1st, if that is fine with everybody else.
Okay.
Should be good for us.
Should be good.
Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, we will plan for the 1st for the next session of Varaxes.
Cool.
And awesome. Thank you for the session.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, chat, thanks for joining us. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
You too. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.